Hello, and welcome back, Guardians. Today marks a monumentous occasion. We are mere weeks away from year 2 beginning. With the coming new year of Destiny, I'd like to take this time and reflect on year 1. Things only us year 1 Guardians will ever have the privilege and the frustration of saying that we have gone through. Unfortunately, I don't have clips, so I will be speaking of these. So kick back, relax, Guardian, and let's take a walk down memory lane to see what made year 1 so special for us and also so frustrating. So, as year 1 draws to a close, we take a look back and we're going to go look at the things that made year 1 just, like I said, special and frustrating. There is so much to cover, so I'm only going to be able to cover a little bit. I'm going to try and go into detail of each because, each one was just so memorable. A lot of these things just were near and dear to my heart. Others were just, I wish never existed. So, let's start with the one thing that all year 1 Destiny players did. I don't care who you were. It was the loot cave on the Cosmodrome. Now, when I'm talking about the loot cave on the Cosmodrome, I mean when you go patrol the Cosmodrome and you go to the Skywatch, where you find Calyx 12 for the Wolfpack, you will see you'll see a small cave on the far left side that the Hive run out of. Now, I remember when, for hours on end, myself, my friends, and countless Guardians would just stand at that cave and just shoot everything that came out, and we would collect the loot right after it dropped. I can recall the first week and a half of Destiny where I stood in front of that cave mindlessly shooting hive after hive after hive, hoping to get rares and legendary drops. Hell, back then I even thought exotic engrams could drop, so I tried to go grab those. But turns out exotic engrams will never drop, and it seems that everything was just in vain, because it leads me to my next topic: the Cryptarch being our worst nightmare. I remember shooting at the loot cave, and I would find so many rares, and then I actually found occasional legendaries, and I would take them back to the Cryptarch and just to have them decoded, only to have my blues become greens, and all of my legendaries, and I mean all of them I ever found, became blues. Rahul has been my worst nightmare, and still somewhat is, because he's just so unforgiving. Master Rahul, show mercy upon us. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Cryptarch wasn't always bad. I got my first exotic from the Cryptarch. Literally, it was 1 week after playing the game. I got a Yaller horn from a blue engram. I remember that. Those were good times. But, Cryptarch was just such a pain in the ass. Moving to the next subject. This was a topic close to me. I remember when auto rifles were good. Auto rifles are my favorite weapon class, especially my Vanquisher 8. I love the hell out of it, but since patch 1.1.1, they were useless. And I can't wait till the Taken King. Well, when the Taken King comes out, they're going to be balanced, but I remember when auto rifles were god tier, especially Suros Regime. And I know all of my fellow Year 1 Guardians will know, and will remember them fondly. Oh, this one's a big one. Pushing Atheon and the Templar off of the map in Vaults of Glass. Any and every Year 1 Destiny player knows about this, and they have done it at least once. Just using a whole crapload of Warlocks with Radiance and Solar Grenades, just pushing the Templar and back until he fell. Same with Atheon. It's just unbelievable. I'm gonna miss cheesing the Vault of Glass just to get those easy wins, but shit. Can't have your cake and eat it too, I guess. Oh god, these next two were like things that just blew away. There was the exotic chest, or getting an exotic from the Abyss chest in Crota's End, I still remember just week after week just going and hoping that I would get one. Granted, I did what it was a No Land Beyond, so I guess that didn't really count. And then the second thing that goes with Crota is breaking Crota, when you could just leave the game and Crota would be down the whole time. Like, he would just stay down, he would not get up. So cheap. But again, it was just like the Atheon cheeses, just made life easier. Oh, this was one I completely skipped. Xur selling the Gallowhorn for the first time, and no one buying it because everyone thought, why the fuck am I gonna waste an exotic slot on a heavy? Rip Gallowhorn, you will be missed. Speaking of heavy weapons, I remember the heavy weapon drought. Now, most Year 1 Guardians may not recall this too clearly, but what I mean by that is when Xur, for almost 2 months, did not sell any heavy ammo Sin packs. That was a total nightmare. God, and no one buys them from Banshee because it was fucking overpriced. You hear that, Banshee? Lower the prices of your heavy ammo Sins, you fucking cheap Apple product. Excuse me. Anyway. God. What are some other things I remember? Just the small vault space. I remember having little to no room in my vault. And even now, even that it's gotten a bigger size, I still feel that, it's not big enough because all the weapons we're having, especially with Year 2. We're gonna get so many more. 12 new exotics. Bungie, I know you're upgrading our vault, but you need to do something like, make the vault that we have at the tower and the vault that we have at the reef like 2 separate vaults. That would be amazing. These are the 2 biggest ones for me. These are the 2 biggest ones for me. I remember the material grind when the vendors did not sell upgrade materials and we had to take our asses out and grind and just look for them. And I think the worst one for me was finding spin metal leaves on the Cosmodrome. Now that's not saying much because, well, the moon's helium filaments were a difficult thing to find. But I feel spin metal was so much harder to find because the spin metals were just so rare to none. Ugh. And finally, Guardians, the one thing that I remember from Year 1 was finally reaching level 30 by getting all Vogue gear and reaching level 32 by getting all Crota gear. It's honestly, it was such a big accomplishment to, all that grinding, week after week after week, month after month, just trying to get all the pieces. And I felt like a complete badass just to have all of the gear on. Well, that and +1 exotic, I guess, but getting everything I needed and wanted, getting everything I wanted to finally reach that max level. It's such an accomplishing feeling. And to be honest, while these little spoiled kids who are coming into Year 2, Christmas noobs or kindergartens, they're gonna have their time in this. They're gonna have their time in the sun, liking the game, admiring it. But to me, Guardians, it's really us, the Year 1 players, the ones who have been here since beta, like myself, who are really going to achieve, this feeling of nostalgia. And we are going to appreciate the game that much more because we were there from the beginning. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Remember to take care of yourselves, Guardians, and hold your light close, because there's always something trying to take it from you. This is King Electric, returning to orbit.